trust the plays. Trust each other. I didn't see you gelling as a team out there. Learn to move on, fellas. You gotta wake up before next week.
Yeah, man, didn't see that hit coming. Whew.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC South. It's the Jags and the Colts. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to be. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by a young man, probably with some butterflies here. A lot of anticipation, making his first NFL start.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week.
Entering accessibility screen. Menu narration option. Menu narration option is set to off.
Plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have two remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
Menu narration option is set to off.
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I wanted to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about
Entering accessibility screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Menu narration option is set to off.
the other one? Guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When we see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going.
The Jaguars getting set to go. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and
Entering accessibility screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
the game, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars first down as he'll get this up past the 35-yard line. Off the play fake. Catch. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to.
Taking it right down Broadway. Still going. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones, 70 yards. And the Jaguars are back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but the
Entering accessibility screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
Down. And this play's still live. He faked the spike, gonna throw it. And that is gonna wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A short throw to Ingram, and he will have a Jaguars 1st down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. On 1st and 10, Cash. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
A short throw to Ingram. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So this, a great matchup here in Indy. You get a divisional game right out of the gate. But Charles, what do you see in store for these two teams in 2023?
Indianapolis trying to get themselves reestablished as a playoff team, but they've kind of hit the reset button a little bit. While Jacksonville, coming off of a big finish in 2022, they believe they're the team to beat in the AFC South.
He targets Ingram for another grab.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
ETN up the middle.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball.
Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a on 1st and 10, it's ETN. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. And they'll go again with Etienne. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Entering accessibility screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Menu narration option is set to off.
Work now on 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And that interception.
Menu narration option is set to off.
They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackle.
Entering accessibility screen, you have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Menu narration option is set to off.
second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On first down, Cash. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Throwing after the interception. Cash. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Jags come up empty on fourth down. And the Colts are going to get the... Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Throwing to start the drive. Cash. Jones has it. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Off play action. Cash. And that will be incomplete as well. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you...
Remember this feeling, fellas.
We got a lot to improve on, guys.
Think about how we can be better and bring it to the table this week. All right?
This is miles from our best. Hey, yo, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. That was trash.
Yo, let's stay positive and stay hungry, okay?
That's a good team over there, but they're not that good.
No victory tacos today, boys.
What happened out there? We all look like rookies, man.
No excuses. Gotta be better than that.
Man, we're better than this, guys.
Time to build some better practice habits, guys. It all starts on the practice field.
Come on, guys. This ain't it.
Definitely ain't it.
No, I gotta go talk to the press. I am not looking forward to it.
We all in this together. Use this loss as motivation. Come back even harder.
Menu narration option is set to off.
Hey, I don't want to hear anything about the refs. So zip it.